I am the Lonely Necron, and welcome to my basement. So today, we're going to do the second game in my little birthday present to myself. The little semi-Necron defense switch over to an apocalypse kind of thing. Today's game is going to be Necrons versus orks. I expect this to go as a pretty awesome splatterfest kind of deal. I'm expecting to lose some Necrons today, so it should be a good time. This is a death mark. I don't normally make death marks because you make them out of the same model as the Immortal. A lot of Necron troops are like that. I guess not so much the troops, but I mean a lot of the forces are like that, where you buy one model and you can make one of two variants. I just like Immortals more than death marks, so that's what I go with. So this is the cemetery board that we will be using today to fight orks on. 3 convergences already down at that end to hopefully spit out some Necrons. Little mausoleum over there in the corner, just all lonesome and stuff. Alright, so we'll take a look at the armies and then we'll do deployment and stuff, so. Alright, so this is everything I own for orks. It's not as much as I thought it was going to be now that I have it all on the table again, but oh well. We have a war boss in mega armor, a beast boss, a weird boy who knows smite and fists of gork. We have 10 beast snagger boys, 2 squads of regular boys, one with a big shooter and one with a rocket launcher. We have a mech gun with a bubble chucker, 10 really happy grots, 10 commandos with a burner, a rocket launcher, a breacher, and a shooter. Then everybody else just has this the regular slugger chopper thing. 3 depth copters, 2 with the copter rockets, and 1 with the custom mega blaster, mega shooter. A depth dread with twin scorches and double dread claws. The depth killer wartrike. Alright, so all of these guys are gonna they are gonna die. I have way more Necrons than I have orks, so it's just a matter of how many Necrons they kill before they also die. I wish them the best. I do. So this will be this game's surface defense force for the Necrons. And we have a Doomsday Ark, a Canoptic Doomstalker, an Annihilation Barge, and this is the one with the... Oh yeah, this is the Gauss Cannon one. The only model in my entire army that had the option for Tesla but didn't take it. And then a Locust Heavy Destroyer with an Enmitic Exterminator. So these 4 guys, plus the Convergence of Dominions back there. If this is your first time, or if you don't remember any other times, unless you haven't seen the last game, either way. My Convergences, I treat them like teleports. At the end of the Necron movement phase, I roll a d6 for each of the Convergences. On a 3-up, it spits something out. In regular games, I then roll another die to determine where it comes from, but since this is a birthday treat special game, I'm just going to throw down whatever I think will be appropriate for the situation at hand. Yeah, it should be a good time. So yeah, these 4 will start us out. Alright, I'm going to reset the board, do deployment, and we're going to start the happiness. We'll start with the Necron side first, since it's smaller. The Locust Heavy Destroyer and the Doomsday Ark on this side by this Convergence. This Convergence all alone, and then the Doomstalker and Annihilation Barge by the other Convergence. Got the Beast Boss, the Grots, the Beast Boys, and the Depth Killer Wartrike hanging out on this side. The Depth Copters, Depth Dread, and the Mech Gun hanging out on the top of the hill. And the War Boss and both sets of boys back over there on the right side. Commandos are deployed right here behind this wall. Thingy, hill, I guess. Alright, so it is a Necron defense, so the orcs get to attack first. Orc turn. Movement. So I totally forgot about the weird boy. He was also over here in this corner. So yeah, weird boy. Everybody advanced. Some people got pretty far. Okay, the commandos didn't move at all. They're just gonna chill there for the moment. But everybody else advanced. Okay, I guess the Necron didn't advance. Man. Oh yeah, everybody else advanced though. Some people got pretty far. Some people got really far. But yeah, there's I guess one death copter, the guy with the copter rockets. I guess he's within range, technically, theoretically. He did advance. It is assault. I probably should take the chance. I mean, he could roll a 6, right? We're gonna try that. Shooting. And yeah, there's no range for psychics, so there's no need for the weird boy. So yeah, shooting. Well, I guess that's why we use, tape measures instead of just eyeballing it, because it sure looks like 2 feet, but he's like 3 inches short. So yeah, that'll make it the Necron turn, since there's definitely not anybody close enough to charge. So yeah. So movement. So the heavy destroyer and the annihilation barge both moved off their hills, and predictably, this is the only convergence that actually spit anything out. And it did spit out 10 Necron warriors with the Gauze Reaper. Yay! No Catan. Probably not going to need Catan to fight the orcs. So probably not going to see them in all this game. So Necron shooting, the best phase. So the Locust Heavy Destroyer did a little bit of damage to these Death Copters. And the Annihilation Barge and Doomstalker killed the wounded one and wounded another one a little bit. And this Doomsday Arc did a decent amount of damage to the Depth Dread over here. Definitely not going to see any charges from the Necrons probably anytime soon. So that'll make it the Orc turn. Movement. So everybody except for the Met Gun, the Commandos, the Depth Killer Wartrike, and the Death Copters here, everybody else advanced. People are starting to get some decent coverage on the distances here. Still not close enough to do anything for a psychic phase, so orc shooting. Good times. So the Depth Copters managed to kill off the Heavy Destroyer, which makes me sad because now both of those are permadead. The Mech Gun took some shots at the Annihilation Barge and failed to wound. I was going to have the Depth Copters charge into the Locust Heavy Destroyer, but in a fluke of craziness, the orcs actually managed to kill it with their guns. I don't remember the last time that happened in a game. Put that one on the scoreboard bingo thing. Orcs killed a unit. Okay, I mean, it was a custom mega shooter. It did a lot of damage, but still. That thing had 5 wounds. I rolled a 6. That sucked. Either way, there's nobody close enough to charge into, so that'll make it the Necron turn. So the warriors here are the only units that actually moved. They moved forward on the off chance that the teleporter actually worked, which it did not this time. This one did, and some Praetorians have arrived, 10 of them, with particle casters and void shields. And this one also worked. Super weird, I'm super surprised. And 6 Corpex destroyers hopped out of that one. Alright, so we'll do some Necron shooting. That was truly, truly amazing. So the Annihilation Barge got the War Strike down to 1. The Doomstalker finished off the Depth Dread. And then the Doomsday Arc here killed off the Depth Copters. So that was kind of nice, kind of like clearing this side clean almost, except for the War Trike. Still nobody in range for charging, so that'll make it the Orc turn. Movement. Alright, bunch of Orcs up on over the hill here. The Commandos did not advance, but pretty much everybody else did. The Depth Killer War Trike did not advance, but he does want a piece of that Annihilation Barge. And the Beast Boss, Beast Boys cluster over here advanced up onto the hill. The Grots are probably going to survive the longest just because they're not going to get ever to the battle. Still stuck back here with their 4-inch move. Mech Gun doesn't move. I can't. Yep, nope. So no need for a psychic phase. So we'll do the good old Orc shooting phase. So the Depth Killer War Trike tried to shoot at the Annihilation Barge and failed to hit anything at all. The rocket launcher from the Commando Squad also tried to shoot the Annihilation Barge and failed to do anything there. And the Mech Gun also shot the Annihilation Barge, but unlike the other two, it hit and wounded. But thanks to quantum shielding, nothing bad happened. This War Trike here, he is definitely going to charge into the Annihilation Barge. We'll see how this looks out. So that kind of actually went how I expected it to. The Annihilation Barge killed the War Trike in Overwatch. But to be fair, it only had 1 wound and it was super orky of it to just charge in like that, so that's the end of the Orc turn, so we'll get on to the Necron turn. The movement. The Praetorians just moved off the hill here. The Warriors did the same, they just moved off the hill. And the Scorpex over here advanced to get off of the hill. Everybody else is just staying where they are, and yep, none of the teleporters worked. That's a sigh of long suffering. Yeah, that's sad. So, we'll go to the Necron shooting phase. The Annihilation Barge did a really, really good job this time. He killed 7 of these commandos, and then the Doomstalker behind him killed 2 more, which was nice. And then this Doomsday Arc just went ahead and destroyed the Mech Gun. Yeah, no more Mech Gun. Good times. Good Necron. Yeah, not close enough to charge anybody, so yeah, I'll roll morale for that Orc guy here in a second before I do Orc movement. Yeah, I guess I can do that now. Oh, well. He runs away, that last commando. And then it'll be Orc movement. So pretty much all the Orcs made it onto a hill in some way, shape, or form. These guys are just past it. These poor little grots just slowly moving up. They're never gonna make it. Yeah, no, I'm not within range to do the smite. And there's no need to do Fist of Gork yet. So that'll make it the Orc shooting phase. So yeah, it's kind of funny having moving an Orc unit with a heavy weapon and then trying to hit it all on a 6. That's kind of a terrible experience. But so this grouping's big shooter missed completely. The rocket launcher and the boys back there missed completely. And the Warboss's big shooter actually hit, but failed to wound. They were all shooting at the Annihilation Barge, which has a really high toughness. I don't know why they weren't going for the Scorpex, but it is what it is. Definitely not in range to charge yet, so that takes it back to the Necron turn. So I have the feeling that things are about to get real hectic here. The Praetorians moved way up. They're probably going to charge. The Warriors here advanced up. Probably to shoot at those guys. The Scorpex also advanced way up. So the teleporters actually worked pretty well this time. They popped out some old school Necron Warriors on that one. It looks like a Cryptek, but it's a Technomancer. And a Hexmark Destroyer came out of this one. It normally doesn't happen where all three of them work, so that's kind of nice. No Catan, so Necron shooting. Alright, that was an utter mangling. Like a mangling. Like these guys just got run through a meat grinder kind of mangling. The Praetorians killed 7 of the Beast Boys. And then the Doomsday Arc over here killed 2 more. The Warriors here, they killed 7 of the boys. And then, yeah, the Annihilation Barge finished those boys off. And then the Doomstalker just flat out killed the Warboss. That was just a mangling. That was craziness. The Scorpex advanced to get to where they are, so they can't charge. But the Praetorians can totally charge, and I guess they're gonna multi-charge into both the Beast Boss and the Beast Snag a Knob. So this should be interesting. So they definitely made the charge. They didn't take any wounds or hits or anything like that in Overwatch. And then they just flat out killed the Knob and the Beast Boss. Good times. I forget why I don't play with these guys more often. Oh well. That makes it the Orc turn. Movement. That moment when you realize that you only have 3 units left. Yep, we're there. So these Grots just advanced really badly up the side of the mausoleum here. The Weird Boy hopped down off the hill, as did the boys over there. Now that the Weird Boy is off, we can actually do Psychic Phase since there's stuff close. Ordinarily he would do Fist of Gork, but the Warboss is dead, so instead he's going to do Smite. It just goes off on a 5. That's an 8. Alright, well, D3 damage. 3 damage, so I think that either takes one down to 1 or kills one. I'll have to look. So yeah, 3 damage was enough to kill one off completely. And I can't reanimate for mortal wounds, which sucks. So, Orc shooting. 2 of these Grots are actually in range of the Warriors over there, so they tried to shoot at them and failed pretty badly. The boys dumped everything they had into the Scorpex Destroyers and managed to do 1 point of damage. Yeah, that takes us to the charge phase, which will be the boys over there into the Scorpex. The boys definitely made it in, but only did 1 point of damage to the Scorpex. The Scorpex turned around and killed 5 of them. They actually did not fail the morale roll, so that was kind of nice. That does make it the Necron turn. Movement. So the Praetorians have flown over here to take on the Grots. The Warriors have moved up to take some shots at the Weird Boy. Everybody that was up here before, the Hexmark, the Technomancer, and the Warriors just moved forward their distance and tried to get away. And true to form, this is the only one that popped anything in, and it just dropped 5 immortals. So the Necron shooting phase. So the Praetorians definitely killed a lot of the Grots, like 7 of them. And then the Doomsday Orc finished off the other 3. The Warriors did a lot of damage to the Weird Boy, and then the Annihilation Barge just finished it off. No charging, but the Scorpex are still in combat with the boys, so we'll deal with that. So the Scorpex just killed all the boys. Hi, how's it going? Time to die. Which means that, for the end of this game anyway, the Necrons win. And let's face it, they're probably going to win most of the games. Probably, I mean, Tyranids and Night Lords are up in the air for both of those, just because there's about 2,300 points in Night Lords and about 3,500 points in Tyranids. The Orcs only killed 1 unit this time, so that's not a lot of attrition towards the overall 8,000 odd points. Although it was the other Inmate Exterminator Heavy Destroyer thing, and I really like my Heavy Destroyers. They do a lot of damage. They're just fun to use. The models are just super awesome. And I'll say this for Games Workshop, they got some really dope models. Really dope. If you made it to the end of the video, I do appreciate it. I'll continue putting out content regardless of whether people watch or not, so I do appreciate you doing so. This was the 2nd out of 5, so they'll be playing against the Eldar next, so hopefully they put up a better fight. Personally, I kind of doubt it, but we'll see how it goes. Again, thanks for watching. Have a good day.